Yeah, buddy, you already know top of the top, so we're going to jump right into it. I find myself being entertained watching some of these posts and some of these podcasts about DJing because it's coming from a perspective of people that haven't even put in 10 years. And, 10 years is getting your feet wet, but yet you're on these podcasts giving your perspective. Yeah, buddy, I'm gonna be cool. You got one cat that you could tell he can't mix a record if his life depended on it, talking about scratching is boring. Then you get another cat on one of these podcasts talking about open format is obsolete in 2026. No, you're just not up for the job. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break it down like this. We got to this point because y'all have been inundated with over 10 years of cats playing, or just people in general playing at bare minimum, if no minimum at all. Okay, so got a lot of lazy cats out there not really putting in the work. I mean, you get a laptop. Okay, let me get this right. You get a laptop. Somebody gave you a hard drive. Let's just go ahead and pop the hood. And call it for what it is. And so basically, you're a DJ all of a sudden. Got it. So, if open format is irrelevant in 2026, let me ask you something. How are you going to play a wedding? Okay, because, for me personally, I'm the ninja that can play weddings, retirement functions. I used to do this game just to prove a point, where I call it musical chairs, right? So you have these big arenas where you'd have the house room, the hip hop room, and R&B. I used to play in all of them just to prove a point, okay? Because, for me, it was like, look, I don't want y'all to think I'm just a hip hop DJ. Don't get it twisted. Don't get lazy around me. If I come around, I'm going to make you step up. I'm that ninja. That's why certain cats don't like me around. You know who you are. We ain't got to say your name. But anyhow, fast forward. If you can't play, quote unquote, an open format, that means you're not a good DJ. Because generally, when you start as a DJ, you technically know how to play to any crowd. I've been playing since 1976, 77. Yes, do the math. I was a kid. Okay, so that's why I can chop it up in these message boards and conversations about disco, and I was there. I wasn't on the disco. I was a kid, obviously, but I did the house parties. I did the family parties. So I understand generational ears versus a lot of y'all just understand the internet. And it's a very closed, limited conversation in terms of your scope of music. Your range is limited. Just say that. Okay? Because again, how are you going to do a wedding? How are you going to do family reunions? There's your open format right there. So, I got to shut down these erroneous conversations and these podcasts, where cats that didn't really put in any time in or put any work in, don't even have 10 years in the game, respectfully, in terms of just the scope and the range. If you have a wide range, and I don't mean just playing files, I'm talking about playing music, because there's a difference between playing music and playing files. We got a lot of file players out here, okay? I'm not jumping on y'all, I'm just telling it like it is. And, maybe if you get your skill level up and you get a broader range in terms of your musicality and experience, you can be able to rock any crowd. Because when you're making bold statements of, well, people can't play open format in 2026, it tells me you're limited in your range. All right, so, because I'm seeing another young brother saying, hey, we need more jazz funk. We need more jazz. I'm seeing, other young heads saying, hey, we want to expand. So which one is it? Somebody lying. I'm going to leave it at that. Get your skills up.